technically not losers finals, but it kind
I
of
don't
is.
know. That's why I called it losers round 4.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cool. All right. Hello, all.
Hello, hello. Welcome to another losers bracket match. We definitely know this is a losers bracket match, at least. So
We'll call it
welcome.
second till next
Yeah,
finals.
yeah. I am Masso. I will be doing commentary today, and I am joined by Fia.
Hi, hi.
So we have 46 Grubs, Ghost Essence, and Whispering Roots. Ghost Essence and Whispering Roots have been sort of merged together as a gimmick for brackets. Yep. We will be seeing, hopefully, 92 Grubs rescued in the seed.
Yo. We're also in top 4 now, too, as well.
Yes. Both of these teams are in top 4. The winner will be guaranteed top 3. The loser is unfortunately eliminated. So, looking at our board here, we have definitely have some random obtains required on this.
Yeah. Looks like Sports Room. We got Love Key and Tram from 46 Scrubs. Got King's Brands. We got City Crest and Elevator Pass.
Yeah, Defender's Crest, Elegant Key, Nail Arts. So we have a lot of random obtains required, but with 46 Grubs being a gimmick, usually you see pretty close to full clear anyways. So that is pretty unlikely to be an issue, I think.
And we also have colors out on the board. So a curse skull on top of everything else.
Yeah. One thing I will say I like about this board is that obtain the love key is a goal on top of 46 Grubs. So that love key is very much something that can be almost anywhere. And with 46 Grubs, you have to have love key, but if you get it early, you don't necessarily have to. The other team doesn't know that you've gotten it early. So seeing that will give the other team some sort of indication of roughly where it could be. As opposed to with normal 46 Grubs, you're just flying blind.
So even though the goal is redundant, it still provides useful information.
All right, it looks like our runners are ready. I'll count them down. All right, so for our starts, we have one player in Crossroads in Blue Lake, and the other is in King Station. We have an immediate Isthmus tier for 28 charms, so maybe not that immediate. City Crest is also at Salubra. The audio behind? I'm not sure. I think that's just you. I assume we'll get confirmation in chat if that's the case. We're seeing an immediate play for King's Arena here from A-Press. This is certainly interesting. Normally, I really don't like this play. And even here, I am not a huge fan of it, just because your starting spawn location is so close. But with the other player having all of Crossroads and Dirtmouth, it's quite likely that the city player gets stuck and starts running out of things to do. So it is faster to do this now if you're going to be doing it itemless.
Oh, looks like I'm back.
Welcome back. Homothety seems to be doing the more, I would say, traditional or typical approach of going straight down to King Station first, leaving the arena for later if need be. So if anything's in city or basin, Homothety's going to have maybe about a minute advantage on that.
Yeah, going for King Station Arena is definitely interesting. It's a gamble.
Alright. So far, haven't really seen much of anything. Homothety is slashing Gorgeous Husk 44 times. There's Stagna Stag from Gorgeous Husk.
Ooh.
So that is a way for the city player to get out of city immediately.
Yeah,
And it brings up an interesting point here. Do you go to Basin? Or do you just go straight to Stagnus if you're the city player?
I would say go straight to Stagnus. Just because there's so much more checks in Green Path that even without horizontal are very fast to check.
Alright, Shaman Stone, one notch at the Milo Totem. Palm is foregoing that from the time being and just going straight to False Knight. Homothety did indeed choose to go straight to Stagnus Stag. We'll see if Apress makes the same decision.
Having this city person go to Cliffs too, you could also... If you find movement, you can have the other person go to Green Path still, as long as you can get through boulders. So I like at least doing Cliffs for city first.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of an inherent risk in doing this, though, and that's if the other team decides to, just do more Sphere 0 checks early, stuff that's available immediately, and something is there, Brown might not get it for a while, so...
Yeah. On the other hand, this could be progression, and something is in Green Path or Cliffs.
That is very true.
And they could miss out on it, so...
Apress making the same decision as Homothety, going straight to Cliffs. I am ready for a dash to be in Ancient Basin at the Soul Totem. White Fragment at Zelda. Fragile Heart is there as well. Let's see what Sly has. Has a Fireball. Has the other Isma's Tier. So we're not going to be buying that one at Salubra. And you can see definitely debating a bit which one to get and deciding on Isma's. Which one would you get if you're in this situation?
Ooh, that's a good question. It was between Ismas and what?
Fireball.
Probably Ismas. That gives... Fireball gives access to boulder checks. And it's just nice for damage. Ismas gives access to East Fog Canyon and Wastes, which is a much bigger deal.
Yeah. I would say I'd probably be more inclined to go Fireball, but it's really a toss-up. And because you can get to Fungal with Fireball by skipping from Queen Station Stag, and these teams are both definitely good enough to do so.
Yeah. But I think the Crossroads player is probably going to be done sooner than the player going through cliffs and green path. So I think it's more optimal for them to access ways through isthmus for the crossroads player.
Oh, for sure. That's why this is a really hard choice. And you also have stuff like Boulder Shell to worry about, because that would be the first Boulder killer. You haven't seen another one yet. So if you're A-Press or Homophily, you obviously don't want to isolate that. It's a hard call.
Yeah. Oh, we have King Station Stag, so the starting player in King Station does not have unique access anymore.
And there's
there's
a
Luma.
Lantern in King's Pass. And there was also a Hidden Station Stag outside of Moloch. Hidden Station, sitting down Hidden Stag is on this board. So I assume neither team is going to try to hide that just because of how early this is. But you never know.
Yeah, I could see it hiding it, because like Moloch is pretty skippable when you find so much progression this fast. But something to consider is Lumafly also just unlocked Resting Grounds.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
So it
defeat
gives-
False Knight and Brooding Moloch is on the board. I didn't see that, so the teams are pretty likely to find it.
Yeah. Yeah, that gives the Crossroads player more to do as well, rather than following up that Isma's tier. I didn't think it was the Crossroads map, but I could be wrong. To answer the question from chat.
Oh, was it Cornea map? Alright.
Alright, Simple Key at Howling Cliffs. And Second Paylor.
Luckily, nothing too important at the Cliffs tree.
Everyone hates the Cliffs route.
Yep.
Yeah, Blossom is now going to False Knight. They definitely don't want to miss something if it's there, and they know their opponents have already done it.
Brown picking up both the VS and the Ismas.
Yeah, I got some Geo from Howling Cliffs, and that is enough Geo for that. Chat pointing out that Homophily skipped Joni's Blessing, and A-Press is doing it, getting a dash slash from it. Let's see, anything else here? Nope. Check Joni's Blessing as a goal on the board, I see. Now that A-Press has marked it. It's good that our teams are doing a better job than we are of keeping track of the goals. Yeah, there is a ghost, though, for Ghost Essence. So, they may have to go back. So the question here is, if you're Homophily, do you take the chance and skip the 2 checks and Jonies that you can do now, or do you wait until you have a Dream Nail, so you can just finish it off entirely? Because you know that A-Press and Blossom have done it.
I would personally probably just wait for the Dream now. But the Lantern also makes it much more enticing, because the Lantern could be a progression chain.
Yeah, this seed has already offered up a lot of interesting decisions.
Yeah. I like Palm's decision to like go right to Resting Grounds too, especially with Ghost Essence. Becomes a lot more valuable. They don't have the movement for it, I just realized right now, but being able to stag there right away would be really nice.
Yeah, they also don't have a Dream Nail, but just having the bench here is very nice. As long as there is some soul present in Resting Grounds,
And like even
then Palm almost certainly won't get burned.
and even without Ghost Essence, Resting Grounds is still pretty good for an early check. So you got Seer, and then you got the 3 checks below Seer, as well as Streamplats. And if you have Die, of Olive Crypts as well.
Yeah. And obviously, Brown team doesn't know this yet, but there's not immediate progression in Jonies. So that Lantern is more indicative of maybe something is here, or maybe something is in Stone Sanctuary. Alright, there's the Mask Shard from Dreamplats. Grimchild is there for 908 Essence. Another White Fragment is there for 1343.
Yep. Also Fragile Greed.
Yes. And there's a Howling Wraiths at the root.
That's actually a pretty nice Wraiths. It's one of the most forgiving roots in the game. Or one of the easiest.
Yes. And
Oh, there's
a
Dash.
Okay. So they're going to have a little bit of an advantage on that versus AP Blossom. But it appears that Blossom is on their way there now, so they're not going to have too much of a lead on it.
Yeah.
And there's another dash in Resting Grounds.
All right.
You like to see the first dash, you hate to see the second one, especially with that Isma's tier on the board. Because that starts suggesting Queen's Gardens and Deepness Map Upper. And I don't think any of our runners want to go there.
This is a very different seed that could be your city axis. Almost.
So we'll see how our runners decide to split up this map between them with having basically no stags. The city player actually, well, I say that we have Hidden Stag that both teams have. Both teams have the King Stag as well. So we have right city access for everyone. Haven't really seen that. But that's about it. And Stag Nest, that's true. Although we've already seen Howling Cliffs from both teams, as well as King's Pass. Alright. Getting a check from Leg Eater here. Nail upgrade, Dirtmouth Stag, some more Essence. So Blossom is about to find that dash.
Which dash do you think they'll get first?
I mean, I'm not really sure. I do think it's optimal in this case to get the one that Pawn got first, the Dream Shield one, although I'm not sure. I think I usually do some sort of routing like what Blossom's doing, which is going to the Stag and the Totem in the hub room.
Yeah, is it faster to warp back to the bench from Dream Shield? I feel like it is. Although that might depend.
You have to get to the bench first.
Yeah. That might depend on the normalizer settings.
Okay, now doing it this way can't be optimal, right? Doing the stag, then dream plats, and then this totem.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe. Oh, it looks like Blossom's just gonna go right into waste from here. Oh. Wait, nope. He's Fog Canyon first. That makes sense. And there's a grub along the way, so.
Palm is going to Queen Station now. We'll see if either team goes to QG right away.
I think I would personally put off QG until vertical is obtained.
Yeah, but it's like, we may not have that choice.
Yeah.
It
It
looks
definitely-
like Palm is headed up there right now, actually. With Homophily having already done Green Path.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what Hornet 1 has.
So the thing I don't like about this route, verticalists, is you can't get to the bunch by Corniver. So if you have to backtrack, you have to backtrack all the way through Autopilot or QGA again.
That is true. That is, I would say, probably the worst part about this route. Is that it's not necessarily slow in terms of checks per minute, but you don't get any benches for a long time in an area that there's a very good chance you have to go back to.
Especially with the Ghost Essence as well. So that's 2 checks stranded rather than just the 1 corner for 1.
Alright, Homophily going and checking Joni's Blessing now.
But with Ismas and Dash, you're also very right that, it could still be there.
Okay, Blossom's going right fungal. So we're going to see how this works out.
I think this will be a first major split.
And it looks like A-Press is headed towards into Queen's Gardens. Alright, Homophily going back to City. And there's a claw in right fungal. Oh, that's... Oh. That...
So that pretty much opens up everything except for dive lock stuff.
Yeah, it opens up a lot. Right, A-Press is going straight into Overgrown Mound here. I assume Palm will be doing right fungal immediately after this and is going to be extremely disappointed.
Yeah. This timing is a big advantage for AP because AP doesn't have to backtrack anymore through gardens. They can get the bunch along the way.
Yeah. I think if we see a Queen's Garden stag, it doesn't matter nearly as much.
Mm-hmm.
But if we don't see a Queen's Garden stag, or if it's somewhere extremely late, then this could really hurt Brown. Mothly going and checking Nailsmith out of logic.
Is it 2 or 3 pillar that they have?
They have 2. There's Dream Shield.
So Blossom's checking Bretta. And then I assume they'll be doing GPZ after this as well. Or checking GPZ. Kalo's Oat is on the board, so knowing that as soon as possible is good.
Alright. Mark of Pride and Nail 3. So that is not going to be required. Nail 4 is still on the table. And a few frustrated hops there, I think, from Palm. Fragile Strength at Bretta.
Did you catch what was that GPC?
Just 20 Essence.
Yeah. Sadly,
Palm
no
checking
GPC content.
Kinstag. And warping out. Yeah, this is not going to feel great for Brown at all, especially because Hermophagy is in a place where you really want to have Claw. And there is a decent chance he warps out right before Palm gets it. Alright, I didn't see what was at... Oh, I did see what was at the corner for mapping Queen's Gardens. It was a Rancid Egg.
Yeah.
So, nothing immediately useful.
Right, no, we can't get the Ghost Essence player. We don't have Dream Nail yet.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Palm did get Claw before Hermophagy left Waterways, so that's good.
Yeah, Mothly will be able to get this bench down here, and then we'll be able to climb back out. Which obviously doesn't feel great as far as routing goes, but it's far better than having to backtrack.
Yeah.
We're seeing our first Crystal Peak play here from Blossom. And A-Press is just going further into... I think A-Press is probably just going to go all the way down into Deep Nest here.
Definitely makes a lot of sense. It's another thing, if Palm Hermophagy want to get to Deep Nest now, they have to backtrack quite a long ways. Well, actually, no, they can go through wastes. Never mind. It's still a lot of time lost there, though, to have to go through Sports Room again to get back into Deep Nest.
Yeah.
Whereas AP can just go straight through.
All those chat points out, Brown actually does have a 5-check lead at the moment. And there are ways to Deep Nest other than going through Fungal.
Yeah. Like, if they find DV, that'll even that out pretty.
If they find DV, if they find Trampass. We could see Palm going through Mantis Lords, which is actually... Now that I look at it, I would really like this play, just given that Mantis Lords is on the board, so it's required anyways to do Mantis Lords.
Mm-hmm.
And it lets you get to Deep Nest in air, which is somewhere that you're probably going to anticipate that A-Press and Blossom are going to very soon, if they've not already been there.
Yeah.
And there's Crystal Heart at the Garpy journal entry.
Ooh. That makes Edge accessible.
I have never seen that interaction, by the way, in the Crystal Heart room, where the bridge just falls away underneath you because you got Crystal Heart in that room.
I've had that happen to me
Different
before.
check.
Floor literally falls out from underneath you. Another funny one is if you're doing Lava Rando and you get the Pilgrim's Way Bridge while you're in that room, it'll be the reverse.
Alright, I think there are definitely a few things that obviously Wings is a big where is it item, but there's also Dive and Dream Nail.
Yeah. Oh, there's Decrest.
Alright, that is required for talking to Lem with Defender's Crest equipped. I think there's a good chance Palm and Hamathi are putting off going to that area of Crystal Peak until they get Dive. They have already been there. But Apress and Blossom, both teams, obviously, but Apress and Blossom especially have extremely isolated the Dive Egg at the entrance to Crystal Peak, just because of how their routing has worked out.
Yeah. What would optimal movement be to get back to the dive egg? I think it's actually going through the lantern and maybe up.
I'm not sure. I'd have to time that. Probably
Like,
also depends a little bit on load normalizers.
yeah, although if you also haven't picked up the totem in Mila room, then it's probably better to just go through the top still.
Okay, Palm going and checking Breda now.
Quick slash is really nice.
Second simple key that we've seen from Storeroom Stag. So that is enough with this King Station Stag to make simple keys basically irrelevant.
This is one thing I like about BOTE. Simple keys you can split, so it becomes much less painful when you're stuck on them. I don't think I've ever seen a BOTE seed where go mode with simple keys.
Right, Blossom going and doing Mantis Lords. I think Mothie accidentally fell down in the basin hub room, which does not feel great. There's a King Soul. So we know where our Void Heart is already.
Very
This is-
unbalanced trends. We know of all the fragments, but none of the dreamers.
Yeah. Alright, seeing base and paylore check here from Homophony. And that's dive. Okay. That is huge.
Yeah.
That's Crypts. That means Crystal Peak's gonna be a lot faster for Palm and Homophony.
Junk pit. Few
Junk
edge.
Junk Pit, although we can't actually get there quite yet. No swim sea dash from or wings from Palm and Homophony. Yeah, there's also, as chat points out, a decent chance they get the Shaman soon. And there's a King's Brand at Divine. So the pieces are kind of adding together here. We've seen King's Brand, we've had Right City access the entire seed, we have Shade Cloak and Vertical, we have 2 white fragments. We very well could see some birthplace progression. Palor at the broken elevator route. And clean right side spike tunnel there from Mothity. And Blossom finding the love key right after Mantis Lords at the map. Which, with how close those goals are marked together, if I'm Brown Team, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, it's gotta be over there. Pretty much right where it is. Okay, Dreamnail in Royal Waterways.
Probably actually
Grove side, which is not in logic, not even with simple keys for Brown, but with enough simple keys, we know where that Crystal Heart is.
Gee, if I were blue, I probably wouldn't have picked up that love key, because you know Brown's already done Mantis Lords, so... Unless, did Brown know love key was there and was hiding it as well?
I don't think Palm ever went into Deep Nest that way. I'm not sure, though. Mothity finding a third simple key at Sanctum. And there's Elegant Key from Resting Grounds, the Zero Totem. It looks like Palm is going to be headed to Spirit's Glade now. I imagine that he's also going to get this Howling Wraiths while he's here. So with the information that both teams have, Abyss can be full cleared. So we have a Lifeblood Charm. We know where Seed Ash is. I think Seed Ash is the only thing preventing Brown from full clearing Abyss right now. That and having enough Essence for Void Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm not even sure if that makes a difference. Both teams got Lifeblood Core extremely early. Alright, getting a Grey Mortar check. Just Crossroads map.
Looks like blue will not be too far behind to the dive.
Yeah. Alright. Queen's Garden Stag in Sanctum. So that is very good news for Brown. And not just because going through Queen's Gardens normally sucks, but also because they've gone through the right side already, or most of it, and don't have a bench there. So you really don't want to have to go all the way through that again. Seeing some Glade here from Pawn. Distant Village Stag at QG Stag. Alright. It looks like Blossom is going for the Spike Tunnel. Is low on health. Okay, makes it with 2 health left. If they took damage and had to warped out of there because they were on 1 HP, that would have been absolutely tragic.
Yeah. Just admiring Palm's Glade. What are the odds something is at the root here? And then Palm does the root while dealing with Revik. Oh.
Alright, Hamathi going back to right side QG. I think with this QG stag makes a lot of sense here. And Dreamgate from QG. Blossom is getting the Howling Wraiths from the root in Resting Grounds. Palm has not gotten that yet. So we'll see if that pushes Blue to go to Abyss and see something there potentially. We're seeing, looks like Wingless Crown here from Palm. I am a Wingless Crown enjoyer.
Yeah. Especially with Dreamkit.
Blossom is down to 2 HP, still has a decent chunk of Ghost to go. Oh no! Revik
no.
off screen. Hamathity found DB Stag. From Queen's Gardens. Alright, the other Fragile Greed is in Crown. A-Press down to 1 HP. Getting attacked by Great Hoppers. Fortunately, there's a bench here.
Yeah. I feel like once you're past the Aspid, though, you can afford to do the rest of it on 1 HP, knowing the bench is there.
Alright. Blossom almost dying to Refik again, but makes it through and warps out in time.
I think they still have to go back for the glade check.
They may have done that first. I'm not sure.
All right.
Yeah, Palm, that doesn't work without a fireball. At least, not to my knowledge. Not without a fireball or Dash Master. It looks like Blossom is going to be going through the Dark Room here. And going to do Crystal Mound. Looks like Mothity is going to go to Abyss here. Every time Mothity goes across this long plane of just nothing, that C-dash differential hurts them just a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, they just Wayward Compass and Sea Mounds.
I actually kind of like them not having done the RG route here for Wraiths, because doing that if you don't have to, it's obviously time loss, right? And they have Dreamgate, and are going to be using it anyways for Abyss for traveling in and out of Birthplace. So if there's something there, you come back with the Dreamgate after Palm has already done the Howling Wraiths. Alright, A-Press finding the King's Brand as Mothity enters Birthplace. Seeing our first Revok check, not Revok, Zero check here. Okay, there's the other Howling Wraiths. Never mind.
Oh, that's the place for it.
And Rancid Egg at the Voidheart Climb.
Oh, Blossom going back for Soul to do the Crypt Dive.
Not remembering that they have Saluber's Blessing, hurting them a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly understandable, because it's almost useless.
Yeah.
But that is the one time where having Saluber's Blessing is really, really nice.
We're gonna get to see what's at Flower Quest soon.
We already saw this from Brown Team, unfortunately. It's just Crossroads map.
Oh.
Alright, A-Press going back into Joni's now with that Dream Nail. Right, and there's Woken Dream Nail from 0. I believe Apress and Blossom already have that. They got Dreamgate from 0, but they don't have the Dreamgate in Queen's Gardens yet. Blossom going and doing Wingless Crown as well. Mothity also going back and checking this one ghost. I am wondering... Okay. About 1,000 essence. Looks like Palm is grabbing Shriek here. Which is nice quality of life. We've seen Egg Shop from both sides.
I respect the Shriek. It will make a lot of boss fights easier. There's always the chance that they just find the other Shriek somewhere else, though. So could end up not being worth it, but could end up being worth it. So
With doing No Eyes here, I think it's fine.
yeah.
Alright, seeing that Fragile Heart being bought from Zelda. Apress, meanwhile, in Kingdom's Edge for first time this seed that we've seen it.
Wonder if AP will do Kalos out right away or choose to wait. I feel like they have decent damage at this point, to
I
be honest.
would be shocked if they do it right away. You don't have Shade Soul, which is your best friend in Kalos. And unless there's something there, I don't see any advantage in rushing it. Right, there's a White Fragment in Egg Shop as well, so that's Void Heart. Apress going and doing Collector right away.
They have the nail upgrades for it.
Missing the Scream Skip, unfortunate. Okay. Apress does have the nail upgrades equipped. So, doing Kalos with those equipped doesn't seem nearly as bad.
Making fast work of Collector.
All right, you just saw we're seeing Watchers now from Homophily, I think. Yes. Wasn't sure if that was the Watchers room or the room just after Watchers. Nothing in Tower of Love. Apress, you put down a Dreamgate right outside of Tower of Love. Why are you going back the long way? And Blossom is going into waterways from the Spike Tunnel. That's an interesting decision, and I don't think I like it. Okay, there's our first Dreamer, by the way.
Thanks, Carnifer. There's a second nail art.
We'll see if Brown reads that as being an edge, or if the time fighting collector throws them off.
Looking at the check counts, and they're dead even.
Brown still does not have this Crystal Heart, which is really hurting them at this point. Simple Key at Colo 1, Essence at Colo 2. Mothity going and doing Dung Defender. Just a moment ago we had no Dreamers, now we have 2 named Dreamers. There's the Duke Crystal Heart in Kingdom's Edge. So that's one that Brown is not going to be able to get unless they find Swim, Trampass, or the other Crystal Heart. Or Wings, they could skip in that way as well.
Yeah, the wing skip is a lot more difficult though.
Alright. Palm about to find that Love Key. There's Shade Soul from Pale Lurker. That's gross.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see Kala now though. Wait, no, maybe not.
Alright. Tuck Egg is just a soul refill. Palm is headed towards the... It's going to get that C-dash, assuming that he follows this up with checking the stuff by lower tram. I'm a little surprised to not see this sooner, knowing that there's definitely a chance that Blue had been here super early, but maybe that's just me. Mothity going and checking, I'd say one of my favorite areas in Rando, West Waterways.
What does he like about this room?
It's very check dense. There's wings at the Mask Shard. I assume Hamathi will be getting this right after Blossom does.
Yeah.
It definitely has wings, but just in terms, it's extremely check dense. You're spending maybe a minute going over here, doing the arena, and if you full clear it, it has 4 checks.
Mm-hmm.
No, it has 5. I'm sorry, it has 5 checks. It has 3 in the room with the mask shard. It has Swim Locked Egg, and then it has
Carnifer.
yes, then it has Cornifer.
And then if you haven't done Bretta yet, you can just keep going to grab Dashmaster and Bretta. Alright, so both teams have had very similar movement timing, apart from Z-Dash.
Alright, Hamathi now headed into Edge. Seeing Nailsmith here from A-Press, so we're about to see what's at Nail 4. Elevator pass from the base and simple key check. So while it is required, it's on the way to Broken Vessel. So that's not going to be an issue for either team. Okay, Hera's just at Nail 4.
Okay.
Sure game.
Sure. Actually, not too far off from that.
Yeah, that is something that there's certainly a chance that Palm and Hamathi don't find for some time.
Yeah. And like, finding 6 Pillar is probably going to be pretty likely, considering this is going to be close to a full clear with all of the checks we have.
Yeah. We already know of one that I don't believe either team has at the Broken Elevator route.
AP immediately going for the Oat check, also known as the elevator check.
Hamathi going to Hornet 2. We have not seen this, I believe, from Blue.
Yeah. Starting to think this could be a White Palisade.
It certainly could be. I mean, with 46 Grubs, going to White Palace is definitely not out of the question, especially not with Spore Shroom still being fair game. Okay, there's just 2 Pale Wart behind that Elegant Key. Which Brown still does not have. Alright, Tom, about to find that Elegant Key right after Blue Mark Shade Soul. So I'm sure that will be a source of relief.
Where was the third Dream Nail?
Third Dream Nail was in Queen's Gardens at the Trader Lord Soul Totem.
Ah.
All right, Blossom buying City Crest.
Think we're gonna see Tyrant at all?
I would expect to see it. A-Press has extremely good damage, despite not having Shriek. And you really don't want to be leaving this behind.
Yep. There he goes.
All right, here's Crystal Guardian 2 from Blossom. Palm is going into Edge, and it looks like doing the upper part.
Looks like Blossom's going to Fungal Core.
Yeah, Brown
This is-
still does not have Shaman Stone, as chat points out.
I suspect that once Blue finds their third room now, they'll immediately head to Palace.
I would anticipate the same. So I imagine Palm is probably a little confused here at the timing of this, knowing that this is probably the second nail art that Blue got. And seeing this timing, I'm sure he was like, why did it take them so long to get there?
We'll probably see AP go to QG next.
Okay, it looks like Sanctum has a whole lot of nothing.
Had QG in it. That's something.
Sorry, Tyrant had nothing.
Tyrant.
Yeah, we already saw QG stack. We already saw Sanctum from Brown minus Tyrant, so.
The Blue is just in cleanup mode at this point.
Now that's a sports room location. I mean, I would say both teams are just in cleanup mode at this point.
Yeah.
Mothity going to get his egg from Flukemarm. Alright, Blossom getting that Spore Shroom right after we saw it from Homothety.
Oh, looks like bomb's going right into Kalo's vote.
Yeah, especially with this Shade Soul. You've got
Yeah.
as much damage as you're gonna have. Or at least as you know that you're gonna have. Because for all you know, Shaman Stone is just somewhere absolutely garbage. Alright, let's take stock of necessarily what we need for go mode. We need a third Dreamer from somewhere. Either the one from Pure Nail or the duplicate.
Blue has enough for Purnell, so they have that. They have Brand. They still need City Crest.
City Crest was at Salubra.
Was it?
And
Alright.
I assume that Palm and Hamathi have enough charms for that. We need Swim for swimming in a Void Pool. We know where we have Elevator Pass.
We need Tram Pass still.
Yes, we need Tram Pass. That was the other thing. So Tram Pass, Swim.
I think Blue still needs Sports Room, but they're probably not far off from that since it was in like
Blue
one corner.
got Spore Shroom.
Oh, did they? Alright.
Yeah.
It must have just been knocked off the recent items list.
And Shopkeeper's Key at
Void
the
Tendrils.
Void Tendrils journal entry.
Oh, and there's our third room now.
And there's our dupe Dreamer. So I imagine that if, depending on where these swims are, that probably won't be a problem for Brown. But if they end up needing just Swim and one more Dreamer, that could turn into an issue. Oh, there's Tram Pass.
Oh, that is cursed. That's one of those checks that is definitely not done until late game cleanup.
Generally, yeah.
Does that put... Or no, Blue still needs Swim.
Yeah, Blue still needs Swim and 2 Dreamers.
But they definitely want to be clearing out some of the longer goals at this point, because once they do find it, they are not far off.
Yeah, Homophony has already done Hornet 1 and did not do Shape of Un, so this could be a while before they find that. So the question is, where are these swims?
This is a very good question. Maybe
Believe
you'd
that
hide?
is believe that is a 5th Pale Ore for Palm and Homothety. And they know of a 6th. But I do not see them doing the route for 1 Pale Ore for something that is maybe something. Oh, nice duplicate wings. Alright, so mostly teams just going over each other's tracks. Except for Blossom is going into Hive now.
And since you have to get the hive grub anyway with this gimmick, you might as well get the other checks while you're here.
Yeah. King's Idol at the end of White Palace.
Essence also adds 2 checks to hive as well. There's the root and queen bee.
Alright, Homothety is going to find that elevator pass. I believe that was elevator pass that was here. In just a minute.
Blue still needs 10 grubs. Which are the still a lot of quite a large number of grubs. I'm trying to think of like areas with grubs they haven't really covered very well yet.
I don't think we've seen any QG grubs yet from
Yeah.
Blue. Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, welcome.
We have a Blackout True Ending rando match here. This is the losers match that will determine who is guaranteed a spot in top 3 and who will be 4th out of 25 teams. So the fact that they've even made it this far is extremely impressive.
Yeah. And if you look at any of the teams in the top 8, they're all just really stacked at this point.
Just make sure you go follow all of our runners.
Yes.
Swim in Palace Atrium. So that is the last thing that we, watching both teams, needed. To answer the question in chat, streak pogos and slope balls are not allowed in the rando NMG rule set. one of the very few differences between Rando and NMG and speedrun NMG.
Speaking of NMG, have we checked NMG yet?
Yeah, we have. That was the duplicate wings.
All right.
City Crest was at Salubra for a certain number of charms. Brown needs a Dreamer and Trampass for their go mode. Blue needs Swim, which Blossom is on the way to, and a Dreamer.
It's doing Path of Pain. It's Path of Palm.
Oh, that's a Duke Claw.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. I think Palm was the one who rescued Sly, which is going to make this trip not feel very good. Although I suppose that Brown has no way of knowing that Blue has Trampass and has had it for a little bit.
There's Swim for Blue Team.
I'm surprised that that pogo worked from Palm. I thought that without Nair stall, he was headed right into the spikes, into the thorns. Very clean Path of Pain. Is that damageless?
I don't know. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Oh, there is at least one damage at the end there.
Okay. I count damageless Path of Pain up to the King's molds.
That's fair.
Because taking damage on the King's molds doesn't really lose you time.
Amasa, do you remember where all the dreamers are?
Yes, I was actually just answering the question in chat. Lorraine is at the Fog Canyon map. Monomon. Okay, I may have forgotten where Monomon is. I remember where Lurian is.
Hera was up here in Earl. Do you know where the
Ah.
dreamer was?
Monomon was in Watcher's Spire.
It's only a matter of time till AP finds that doing all the cleanup checks.
Alright, so now Palm and Mothi just need Trampass. They have their third Dreamer and are headed to Black Egg. Apress is on his way to Spire. So Homophily is very quickly running out of time to get that tram pass.
Yeah. Plus blue has a pretty significant grub lead now.
That is true.
But to be fair, 3 of those are
And
collector for Brown.
no, I think Brown did Collector.
Did Brown do collector? Alright.
3 of them are tram locked, though. And Hive Interior Grub is slow. So with Tram Pass being their go mode, that's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
Tram Pass was at Shape of Un. I'm about to find this Shaman Stone approximately an hour and 20 minutes after Blossom found it.
It's so tragic, especially since only 1 cost. We're gonna see Fluke Watcher Knights, which are fun.
Homophily is in Green Path. And I'm not sure if he has any Green Path cleanup besides Shape of Un after Shio.
I think that's correct. This could be a very close seat.
It could be, but I definitely think Apress and Blossom have a significant advantage here with just how slow getting the Hive Grubs is.
Especially since they have the last streamer, so they just need the last 4 grubs and they're done. Oh, as well as the gold.
There's the dupe swim at Shio.
I think Palm doing Umu is gonna seal Brown's fate.
I mean, there's really
not much they can do
Brown
at this
can
point.
do.
But yeah.
Oh, Bakura Finello. Destio, Gio.
And seeing those 3 goals get marked back to back to back has to be disheartening.
Yeah.
For Brown. And Palm immediately warping out after that tram pass.
Yeah, once you see that 46 grubs gold marked, you know you're probably cooked.
Tram pass being go mode for only 1 team with 46 grubs really kind of sucks.
Yeah. It's always the risk in taking that gimmick. It's just 2 random obtains, each without duplicates, that can be easily hidden until the very end.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not gonna get to see what's that black egg. Although I think Brown already checked it. Never mind.
Yeah, I believe Brown already checked it. I will explicitly say, like, just as a player, I think 46 Grubs is one of my very least favorite goals. I like rescuing grubs, but just as a gimmick in a race setting, it's not for me.
Yeah, I like saving grubs as well. I've done it enough times this tournament that is. You have to go really far out of your way to get all 46.
I think Blossom accidentally... Did Blossom accidentally get the final Scream Skip? Like, the Scream Skip that you don't want for TE?
Maybe. Yeah. That'll be a bit of time lost for them, but nothing they can't recover from.
Yeah, I will say, I also like to practice my Scream Skips during that fight, but you definitely want to keep track of the screams. Unless that... Although I know it's very possible for that to be the first scream if you get enough damage quickly enough. Right, and we have a GG from Apros.
GG's. Well played by both teams. This is, as far as BOTE goes, very close.
Yeah. Really, the difference was, I would say, entirely in that Brown's Go Mode item put them in a significantly longer time period where they were in Go Mode.
Yeah.
Where Blue just needed to find the one Dreamer. It's like, okay, they're done.
I'm guessing Brown's probably going to finish at this point.
And GG's from Blossom. And we do have confirmation that Brown is going to finish.
The GG from Palm was... Oh, wait, no,
I think, yeah, that was just
I think it was just
an acknowledgement GG. Yeah, like, basically all of these bracket matches have been very, very close and very, very well played.
You need 2%. It's basically a full clear.
Yeah, if you switch the tram pass and that final Dreamer location, I think Brown probably takes this. I'm not sure, though.
Yes. Oh, gee.
Infinite THK.
THK, please.
I saw the effect on Blossom screen after the Scream skip, and it's like, did they skip the final Scream? That's not good.
I was concerned too, and then I was like, I've never had this happen before, and I've been playing Randa for almost 4 years, so surely it's fine. It was not fine.
It was not
Oh.
fine.
It was not fine.
Infinite THK.
Yeah, so this was a very interesting seed. A lot of early decisions that really were just toss-ups.
I think we should not have gotten the Ismas.
We should have bought the
back and
VS
forth on it.
first, but
Yeah.
it was the VS first was definitely the play because Baldur Killer is important.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of them, and one that I actually specifically mentioned at the time. It's like, I said, I would probably do VS, but it's like, I really could go either way.
Yeah, I think VS is definitely the choice, but
GGs.
it's like in the moment, it's hard to think about it. GG's.
Yeah, it was
GG's.
like, because Ismas gives you more access to things, but then we were like, okay, but like Baldur Killer though.
But like Ismas gives us access to stuff that we're not going to do right now
Yeah.
anyways. So
I
GG's,
think Maso and I
and
discussed that for a
Mothity.
while.
jeez.
I was Team
This-
Isma.
This was a very close match.
Infinite THK.
So,
What were you all waiting on? What was your go mode?
Tram was that good one?
Oh, Tram,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah,
It's ironic 'cause
Tram Pass being the go mode for Brown
we
really
won-
hurt them.
Yeah, we
Because-
won off of checking Shape of Un in our previous match, and we
Mhm.
lost off of not checking Shape of Un in this match.
Live by Shape of Un, die by the Shape of Un.
Well, dying by the shape of one would be you check it and there's nothing. So, I don't know. I think that's just conclusion check shape of one.
Yeah, have we learned nothing from the All Majors tourney? Come on.
I mean, I think the big difference is the like half-hour difference to C dash to get into Edge. It's wild.
The
Mm,
difference
That's
to
true.
C dash definitely hurt a lot.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
hurt a lot more than Tram, I think, but because that was blocking us in a lot of areas, not just Edge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It
Because we had no
certainly
C dash
slowed
or wings.
Yeah, it slowed down the grubs as well.
Where was the C dash again?
Like,
Dark
In
Age
Light
journal entry.
Deepness.
So one of the
Oh,
other
right.
early decisions was, do you go to early QG or to right fungal with your Shade Cloak and Ismas?
One
Cool.
correct decision there. Never do fungal.
yeah.
Well, Hom and Homothety did not. They went to QG first. Apress and Blossom went to...
We did both.
Oh, Canyon.
I did QG and Blossom did right
Blossom-
fungal at like the same time.
Blossom did, I think, right fungal slightly earlier, but yeah. And that got you Mantis Claw noticeably earlier.
Mhm.
And that's obviously not a good thing, especially when it comes to the right deep nest stuff. Because you're going in, Palm and Mothity went in without Claw, so they couldn't get the Hot Springs bench.
Yeah.
And any of the stuff down there. And backtracking through there is really, really slow.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it also meant skipping QG corner for Palm.
Yeah.
It was that's a very dangerous play to make, though it usually does get rewarded with that Isma dash combo. So
Yeah.
Dash Ismas, I have no problems doing QG. Like, I'm genuinely really happy with how we played, like what we did. We just got unlucky, and I think that's fine.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think the combination of Tram Pass being where it was makes that even worse. Because if you have Tram Pass, okay, you just take the lower tram from Basin, right? But
Mhm.
Tram Pass being at Shape of
Vertical blocked. Yep. Because we already had Isma by then, but
yeah.
no way to actually check Shape of On at that point.
Where was the other dreamer? Where was Lurian?
So
Harrow
Lorraine was
was
at the Fog Canyon map. Harrow
Imagine
was
if we
No,
did that
I thought
early.
about it. Dang it.
Harrow was at the Nail 4 check.
The nail for yeah.
Yeah, we got that.
Well, I'm happy to
Did
talk.
you get the swim at Shio?
No, I got White Palace. Well,
Yo!
We got the dupe. That was our dupe, yeah.
Yeah, we got Palace, yippee.
Oh, swim at Chio. No, the one place in Green Path I didn't clean up.
Do your Green Path cleanup.
Look,
That
I
is-
was doing my Green Path
That is
cleanup,
the
and then we
lesson from
found
like
Tram
every boat
Pass.
tournament ever.
Yeah.
We found Tram Pass, and I was like, I really need to get going on Calo because we're gonna get into our go mode, and I'll still have to do Calo. So I left the one thing in Green Path. Look, there's no grubs there. It's not my fault.
Was there anything at Vespa? Because I forgot to check Vespa.
Certainly nothing significant.
Okay.
Yeah, we did not check it. So
Yeah, we
Tram was
didn't
our
see
go
it.
mode.
Yeah, because Tram Pass is your go mode, right? So so wait, there was one thing I don't remember what it was. I think it was Love Key. Was it like the deepness mass? So did you fight Mantis Lords and just not go to check Super Secret Seal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Very
slow.
questionable.
I think
I was wondering about this for a very long time, by the way.
I
but-
think Mantis Village Bench to Deep Nest Hot Springs has 2 checks on the way, and it's pretty far, and you're gonna do it after you do Fungal Core anyway. So I just put that off.
Light,
and I got
but
nothing.
Light Deep Nest is so good. Light Deep Nest always has wings. It didn't today. It had Crystal Heart, but it's
Crystal
morally
Heart
the same.
instead.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go all the way to Hot Springs from Super Secret
Yeah.
because AP had been there, so it was like I cut like half the journey. Like,
Yeah, sure. I mean, sure.
I am a Crystal Peak hater, so that's
Really?
just how it is. Yeah, I don't like it. But sometimes Crystal Peak has stuff. I admit it. Almost never, but sometimes.
All right. Well, thank you all, Grandeurs. It was a great match. Thank you all for watching.
When is the
Thank
next
you,
match?
Tim, for restreaming. Our next match is on Saturday. It's the winners semifinals between
Finals.
winners finals because grand finals is separate. Tim Imperial versus Kuro and Quado. The loser of that will face Apress and Blossom, and the winner of that match will go to grand finals. So
Yippee.
we are really starting to get near the end of this thing.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you all. We will see you hopefully on Saturday.